Hi, everyone. It's Sarah, the founder of the Live Like Roo Foundation. If you see me, you know we are going to meet an animal and they're human. And for those of you that know the story of Roo and his move through animal control and then into isolation because of the dog flu, and then finally into our home, you know how important it is for us to help dogs that are in a shelter system and or rescue. So I'm going to bring in Brooke, who is an absolute hero. I'm already obsessed with her and everything that she does. But Brooke is the only employee at an animal control in a small town in Connecticut. And I say it's small, but I know, Brooke, that it doesn't matter the size of the town. There is always stuff to do at animal control, and it's usually filled to the brim.
It's true. And you never know what kind of call is going to come in. So every day is different.
Yeah, so tell us just because it's really important for people to understand. Number one, unless you're living in a cave, you should know that the shelter system right now and rescues are packed and everybody is giving up their dogs. We're recording this the day before July 4th, so we also know how that impacts local shelters and dogs run away and if they're not chipped and can't find. So there's all of this. But Brooke, I know you're feeling this too, but take us a little bit like what is a day in the life like for you?
A day in the life, it's crazy. We go from picking up dogs to helping catch missing peacocks. That's something we're dealing with right now. Um, Wild animals stuck in sewer drains. We've got cows. Just today, I had cows running across a major intersection in town. We have hoarders. We have abuse cases. It's all over the place. It can get pretty wild.
And I mean, to be honest, for you, you don't really have somebody to bounce things off of. You're absorbing everything as the only employee there right now.
Right. That's been one of my struggles too, because I'm someone who likes to talk through situations and get other opinions. And being on my own, it's almost like, who do I talk to and who can I legally talk to when it comes to certain cases? So I try really hard to form relationships with neighboring towns and neighboring animal control officers, and virtually even using social media, connecting with animal control officers across the country has been a really great tool to kind of help when things arise.
Yeah, and I assume you have rescue groups there that you work with, but I just can't imagine, and really another really important note, and Brooke, I don't want you to talk on this too much because I understand it. Animal controls are owned by the town or the city. So like Chicago Animal Care and Control is owned by Chicago. All of the politics go with that. Chicago Animal Care and Control has not had a director for many months. It might even be a year by now. And and that breaks things. That is really hard when you're missing a key cog to what makes Chicago. And what you need is people that care, that are in the right spots in government to and politics to care about these open admission shelters, which is what they are. They take in everything. She talked about a cow, a peacock. She obviously has dogs and cats. When you have that and you don't have enough help, or you need people to support you. And I know, Brooke, that's so important. And I know the politics of it because I left Chicago Animal Care and Control as a volunteer because of that, because we weren't getting the support that we needed. So, again, you don't have to say much on that, but I know how much even, the support of Live Like Rue helps you out. So tell me how you found us.
So actually, I have a friend from college that you and your organization assisted with her dog when her dog was diagnosed with cancer. And I started following your social media and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And I followed you guys for a few years. And it wasn't until my family adopted our own hospice dog last year who had mammary cancer that I really took a deep dive into what your organization does and the way you help people and the care packages. I mean, just everything I just think is amazing. So I think I was really fortunate to be following along with all your stories and kind of keep it in the back of my mind. And when I was approached with situation with the dog in my shelter, I was like, who else do I reach out to? And your organization was the first one off the top of my head because I've seen the great work that you do. And I'm so appreciative that you were willing to talk with me about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, I love number one, I'm obsessed with this dog. If you know me, you know my love for small dogs and chihuahuas. So, Louisa, so tell us the story of Louisa.
So I was called one morning by some local citizens. Her boyfriend was fishing down by a river in a really desolate area of Harwinton. Um, no street lights, no stop signs, right off the highway. A lot of people go fishing down by the major river. And he said he found this little dog that this is actually a picture of him with the dog, and it followed him back to his car. And he said, we're big dog people, but I couldn't leave this dog here. I didn't know if she could see, if she was deaf. And he took her home and they called me right away. And that was how she made her way into the shelter.
I mean, she's just the cutest. So what is the current situation? So is she still now at the shelter?
She is still in the custody of animal control. She is still in the shelter. By we, I mean myself, started noticing some health concerns. And it's not something that was out in my face. You're sick. We got to take care of you. It was very kind of undercover health concerns. And if it hadn't been for our dog that had just passed away the first week of April from complications with mammary cancer that had metastasized, I might not have even thought to recognize how serious the tumors were in her mammary glands. Our dog Lila passed away the first week of April, and Louisa came to my shelter 2 weeks later, the last week of April, and it was very cosmic to me.
Oh,
Are you
I
coming
mean,
in? You can come say
oh,
hi.
oh, yes, we want to see her. Wow, I mean, that makes me tear up. That's just like so special, and just you feel like that happened for a reason, for sure.
I really do. I really do. And I looked at my husband. I said, what are the chances that we lost our lab last year to undiagnosed cancer? It happened very suddenly. And then a few months later, we adopted Lila. Shout out to Dan Cosgrove Animal Shelter for her. We had a beautiful 11 months with her. And then less than 2 weeks after her passing, Louisa came into the shelter. I was like, I have to do whatever we can to help her.
Yeah. So I think you sent, there she is. Oh my God. I'm gonna fly there and meet her. Look at her ears.
She's
Hi.
beautiful. And she's got a
Hi.
beautiful little galaxy eye. Can you show them your eyeball?
Hi. Oh my God, her little smile. Oh, she is such a
Good
gem.
girl.
So, yeah, so I saw the estimate, which I think were like the high end was $2,100. So yes, we are going to cover everything for her. I mean, obviously, she's in a shelter, like whatever she needs right now, and then anything else, in the future that's like mass related, cancer related. We're hoping that clean margins, no cancer. But yes,
Thank you.
Brooke, I want you to know, like, you are Roof family for life. So whenever
Thank
you have
you.
an animal come in there, if that peacock has a big mass on its leg, we got. Can you imagine the very first peacock? But yeah, please know, like, we are here for you always. Animal controls really, really have my heart. So we are definitely here for you. So schedule the surgery. We will call in the payment and keep us
Thank you
posted
so
on that
much.
for sure. Yeah, of course. We're so
That's so
honored to
amazing. I mean, you've been in the field before. And it's across the state, animal control and municipalities are struggling. And what we're finding right now in Connecticut is we've surpassed getting all the COVID puppies. We're
yeah.
now in a phase of elderly, sick, and injured. And it's not going to stop. And we could go down the route of passing them on to niche rescues. We have one or two that assist with senior dogs, but then they're inundated. And
Mhm.
then they have no space for the next ones that come in through us. So I don't want to call it her medical situation's a problem, but if I can do something to help it and alleviate that pressure out in the community, why not try?
Yeah.
And she's a great dog. I just love her.
I'm not, I hate when people do this to me, but I'm just saying she looks real comfy with you, you know?
My husband likes to tell me we are big dog people.
Yeah. I used to be, and now I have all chihuahuas and like one
I
shepherd.
know. And we're
So
so used to our little demon child chihuahuas, but this girl loves kids, loves other dogs, loves men and women. She is bulletproof. And I was like, you deserve a chance. You deserve a
yeah.
second chance at a forever good life.
Yeah, I love that, and I love that somebody found her, and like just it was all good luck. I feel like,
It was.
just out of curiosity, like what is capacity at the animal control?
It varies from town to town. We actually just regionalized with a fourth town that is going to double our population. So I have a feeling we have 10 kennels at our
Oh,
shelter. No cat cages, no small animal cages. I
oh,
kind of rely on donations from the community. If we get, I had a snake last year. It was the first for me. So I relied on the community to donate aquariums and extra large dog crates that we can house cats in. At one point in we have a very small rural shelter. It's old, it's been grandfathered in for years. It does its job. I had to fit 21 cats in my office. And it was like, community, help, save me. We need all this stuff because we aren't used to things like that. But I feel like in the direction society's going and financial means are a struggle for everyone. I'm hoping to prepare for what I'm hoping is not the worst, but
yeah.
we got to be prepared for whatever comes our way.
Wow. I mean, you're a saint, and like the community stepping up too. I think that's so great. Like for them to
It's
step up and
huge.
help
It's
you. Yeah.
be, with municipalities, there isn't a lot of money to go around, especially for medical cases. Last fall, someone abandoned a dog and she had a broken leg, and it took us 10 days to finally catch her in a trap. And that surgery was $6,000. That's not money that animal controls have. So
Right.
thanks to a kind resident from the community doing a GoFundMe, we raised the money to afford this dog's surgery. Who's going to want to take a chance on a stray dog with a broken leg? We're in country towns. There's not a whole lot going on out here for help. So our
Right.
community plays a huge role.
Yeah. Well, you do thankless work. I don't know how you do it, but thank you. I'm thanking you. It's not thankless on my end.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm so honored to help you. So please, please let us know anytime you need anything. We got you, and I can't wait to see how she does after this surgery, and hopefully no cancer in there.
Thank you so much. Fingers crossed. I had only seen the one mass, and then the vet was like, "Oh, we've got a few more in here." And I was like, "Okay, here we go. We're going in."
Look at her sweet face. Like, I just want to hug her. Great job, Brooke. Thank you so
Thank you
much for
so much.
sharing.
Thank you so much for all of your help. It means the world, and you're saving her life. So thank